Assalamu alaikum. Wallahu yuhibbul muttaqeen, and Allah loves those God-fearing ones. This ayah is so beautiful. But do you know that this ayah was, or it is, contained as one verse in the context or the subject of fulfilling the commitment, not breaking the promise, and being fair and just. That means fairness, justice, fulfilling the promise is a matter of God-fearing. This is the beautiful Quran. Let's recite the verses. But yes, indeed, whoever fulfills his commitment and fears Allah, then indeed Allah loves those who fear Him. So fulfilling the promise is a matter of God-fearing. Where is Daesh, Qaeda, to fulfill that verse in the Quran? Where are they? Let's go to the next one. إلا الذين عاهدتم من المشركين ثم لم ينقصوكم شيئا ولم يظاهروا عليكم أحدا فأتموا إليهم عهدهم إلى مدتهم إن الله يحب المتقين. Once again, this verse is ended with Allah loves those God-fearing ones. Let's translate it. Accepted are those with whom you made a treaty among the polytheists, and then they have not been deficient toward you in anything or supported anyone against you. So complete for them their treaty until their term has ended. For indeed Allah loves the righteous who fear Him. Allahu Akbar. Listen to this narration. Muawiyah used to be having treaties with the disbelievers. When the expiry of that treaty comes very close, then Muawiyah used to be preparing his army in the front borders with the disbelievers to surprise them and not giving them any chance to prepare. Then Abdullah ibn Umar, he said, what a treachery, what a matter of treachery. Muawiyah said, what is it? He said, you should not be making a preparation or putting any kind of supplements over your horses until you warn your enemies that the term of their treaty is almost expiring. This is the narration authenticated by Albani, narrated in Abu Dawood, hadith number 2759, that Muawiyah used to be having some wars with the Romans, and sometimes they have treaty, ceasefire, which is dated. Then when the treaty is about to expire, Muawiyah used to be taking his way to them. So when it expires exactly, he'll be ready for them to ambush them, to attack them. Then Abdullah ibn Umar, the son of Umar, said, what a treachery, what a treachery. It is a treachery, but not fulfillment of the commitment, not fulfillment of the promise. Then he said to him, what is the matter? He said, I heard the Prophet saying, whoever has a covenant, a treaty between him and his enemy, he should neither set a knot nor release a knot until the very moment of expiry date take place. Or let him give them a notification that your treaty is about to expire. Allahu Akbar. How beautiful Islam is. Ibn Umar said this is treachery. That you prepare yourself and make yourself ready at the same time of the treaty expires, then you attack. No, this is not allowed in Islam. You notify them that the term of your treaty is expiring. Even this is considered by Ibn Umar, the son of Umar, to be a treachery. So that's a second ayah, it ends with يحب المتقين. Not many people know that these ayat, Allah loves the righteous, the God-fearing ones, is related in the same context with the command of not breaking the promise, fulfilling your promise to your enemies, even if they are your enemies, the disbelievers. Fulfill your promise. What? Fulfilling the promise to the disbelievers is a matter of God-fearing. This is the Quran. The Quran tells you this. Another ayah. The same chapter, chapter 9, ayah number 7. كيف يكون للمشركين عهد عند الله وعند رسوله إلا الذين عاهدتم عند المسجد الحرام فما استقاموا لكم فاستقيموا لهم إن الله يحب المتقين. How can there be for the pagans a treaty in the sight of Allah and with His Messenger, except for those with whom you made a treaty at the masjid, the sacred mosque? So as long as they are upright to you, that means maintain the term of treaty, be upright toward them. Be upright toward them. Indeed, Allah loves the righteous, the God-fearing ones. See? 4 verses now. Talking about fulfilling the promise, ending the verses with God loves the God-fearing ones. So fulfilling the promise with the disbelievers is a matter of God-fearing. Well, some people say we should love our enemies. Look, let's be reasonable. To love them is not an obligation. The matter of love is placed centered in the heart. And no one can have a control over his heart to love. You may marry a wife and you don't love her. It's not in your control. But what we are ordered to do, even if we hate our enemies, you can't force people to love their enemies. You can't. It is not reasonable. It is illogic. It is emotional. But it's not rational. So, therefore, Islam orders you, obligates you, even if you did not love, at least be fair. You are ordered, even if you... There is nothing called it's uncontrollable. No. To be fair and just is controllable. And you are plead guilty, sinner, if you do not deal justly and fairly, even with your enemies. Regardless of the matter of... independently to the matter of love and emotions. Whether you love or not, you're not forced to love, but you are forced to be just and fair. Let's read the ayah. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين لله شهداء بالقسط ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. O you who have believed, be persistently standing firm for Allah, witnesses injustice, and do not let the hatred of a people prevent you from being just. Be just. That is nearer to God-fearing. That is nearer to God-fearing. What? To be just against your enemy. While dealing with your enemy, you have to be fair and just. That's the Quranic command. And fear Allah. Indeed, Allah is acquainted with what you do. So let's repeat. The word taqwa means God-fearing. That's in the Islamic terminology. Linguistically, it means to avoid. Taqwa is to avoid. Avoiding what? To avoid God means to avoid the means that may cause His anger. To avoid the sins that cause His anger. That's the meaning of taqwa. So how many times the word yuhibbul muttaqeen is repeated in the Quran? I remember something like 4, and the 4 verses are related to the matter of being fair and just with the disbeliever. That may surprise you to know that dealing justly with the disbelievers makes Allah loving you. It causes Allah to love you, because Allah said, be just, that is nearer to God-fearing, and Allah loves those who are God-fearing ones. So if you broke your promise, and that makes Allah angry with you, you did not avoid Allah's anger. As a result, you may lose the war against your enemies as a punishment from your God, because you did not fear Him and you betrayed them. So treachery is prohibited, and deal justly and fairly. It's easy to deal fairly and justly with your friends, but it's not easy to be just and fair towards your enemies. So being just will cause the love of Allah to you if you are fair and just in dealing with your enemies. Unfortunately, not much people know about this fact. I hope this is a good reminder and beneficial. Thank you.